Hey guys, it's Callus here with some ADV content. This is a really good set between two SPL level ADV players. The Linear Curve playing on all my prehensile trunk. No idea who he could possibly be referencing with that name and that avatar. Complete mystery to me. And on the top, we have Conflict. Lanier does not need introduction, has been one of the best ADV players, arguably the best ADV player of 2017 and 18. Maybe not as much last year, but still among the top players, even if he's taken a step back a little bit from the game. Conflict, on the other hand, known as a GSC player and a versatile player overall, but has recently gotten more and more back into ADV and is even playing ADV in this year's SPL. So these are two legit ADV players, and this is a best of three set because they've gotten paired in the preliminary round of all things, thanks to dumb luck of a random number generator in a Pokemon Perfect ADV tournament. Now, a quick reminder, I am now in charge of Pokemon Perfect. We have a lot of great tours going on. Pokemon Perfect is the place to play old gens, and you guys should absolutely check out the link to the Pokemon Perfect homepage in our description. Get involved in these tours. We have 1 through 5 OU going on already, and it'll be going on all year round, and we'll have team tournaments. So there's a lot to do. If you are interested in old gens, Pokemon Perfect is the place to play old gens. Alrighty, Lanier against Conflict, best of 3 in the prelims of our ADV tour. This is one unfortunate pairing, but it's great for the spectators. Here is game 1. My prehensile trunk, that is Lanier. He's on the bottom. He's got a Zapdos, and it's going to baton pass out to a Miltank. Okay. Well, we've got a Miltank, and there's a Tyranitar on the top for Conflict. He's going to have a much more traditional opening sequence, a T-Tar into a Blissey. Miltank here, can't believe I'm calling out that name in an ADV OU game. Miltank with Thunder Wave on Blissey goes for Milk Drink here, which for those of you who don't know is more or less exactly the same as Recover. Not sure how many base PP it has. I think it's got 16 perhaps. But it functions just like Recover. Here comes Body Slam after a Seismic Toss. Here's another Seismic Toss, leaving Miltank at 50%, but it can just Milk Drink that away. So it's already shown Body Slam, Milk Drink, Thunder Wave. Don't know the last move just yet. And Lanier, I think, is fishing here for full para, so we can switch the Miltank out safely, but he has not found that just yet. Here's Milk Drink again. And still no full para. The Seismic Tosses continue from the Blissey. Wasting a lot of Milk Drink PP here, unfortunately. The full para just hasn't come. There's Body Slam, and there is Soft Boiled from Conflict. So the Blissey, while paralyzed, is still at 100% and in no danger here unless the Miltank randomly went for Focus Punch or something like that, which it does not seem to have. And once again, a Milk Drink and a Seismic Toss. There has not been a single turn yet of full paralysis against this Blissey. Body Slam again. Seismic Toss again. This Blissey absolutely refuses to be resigned to the wheelchair. There is no para for this nurse. She continues to fight on through the status element. There's the Milk Drink. There's the Soft Boiled. I don't know how many turns in a row this is, but it's very mathematically unlikely. There has not been a single full para this whole time. And in comes Rhydon and another non-full paralysis turn. The Blissey completely ignoring the status effect. Rhydon does have lefties here, but he double switches to Mag, maybe trying to catch a Scarm. He does get a switch, but he does not get the Scarm that he's looking for. He finds a Starmie instead. Starmie gets out of the way despite the ability to offensively threaten Magneton. Magneton would easily one-hit KO it with Thunderbolt. They both switch, and we end up with the now not paralyzed Blissey, even though it was basically not paralyzed before, against the Rhydon, Substitute, and Ice Beam, respectively. Advantage Conflict here, as Lanier has his sub popped for no gain. Back to Miltank here. No Ice Beam that time. It could have been another sub-turn had Lanier predicted that, but he did not. In comes Starmie on the Miltank. Thunder Wave on the Miltank. Last move very well may be Heel Bell, but that's yet to be determined. Body Slam there, 26%, meh, and does not find the para. It's interesting that Thunder Wave and Body Slam are on the same set. I would almost think that it would be Return instead of Body Slam, since Miltank does have another way, Thunder Wave, that he is running to guarantee paralysis. So the Body Slam para almost seems redundant in this instance, but you could also argue, and I would agree, that Miltank is really not meant to have any offensive pressure, and the difference of Return versus Body Slam probably doesn't matter, because what is Miltank ever beating up realistically? There is Surf and Milk Drink respectively. It's now Miltank that's paralyzed. We still don't know the last move. It could be Heel Bell. Here comes Surf at 32%. Lanier fishing for power with Body Slam. He hasn't found it on 3 different attempts. Things to do with paralysis have not cooperated for Lanier thus far in this game. There's another Surf, takes a third. There is the Milk Drink. Get Miltank. God, I'm confusing Milk Drink because Miltank. Man, it's easy to overlap these words. Miltank with Milk Drink up to 76%. And here comes a Lax that takes the Surf really well, 17%. Starmie would be taking a risk by staying in here and going for Thunder Wave. It would need a big Body Slam probably. No, it's a Brick Break instead. Perhaps he was anticipating the Tyranitar coming in, thinking T-Tower would come in, trying to resist the Body Slam. So good try there for Lanier, but he was not spot on. Instead, it was a previously unrevealed meta coming in, and there's a self-destruct doing only 53%. He'll lose the Lax. However, it's going to result in a trade because Magneton will now follow up, trap the Metagross, and KO it, being faster of course, with the Thunderbolt. So we've now got ourselves a 5-5 situation as a result of that trade. Unrevealeds on both sides, 1 for Lanier, 2 for Conflict. An unusual team for Lanier with both Rhydon and Miltank. Not sure if this is kind of a meme or if he genuinely thinks this is a thing. I mean, at best, it's probably a gimmick, right? But it seems to be hanging in there for now. We've got ourselves a 5-5. There is Heel Bell, so we now know the full set of Miltank. T-Wave, Milk Drink, Body Slam, and Heel Bell. He'll be faster, or she'll be faster rather, than Blissey now. And here is the Milk Drink. Blissey and Miltank both actually are female-only species of Pokemon, for those of us who care about those cartridge trivia kind of things. And there is the Milk Drink back up to 100%, but you've got to think, looking right here, yeah, 16 PP, so only 7 of them left. The Milk Drinks are getting a little bit low here. Body Slam coming down 21%. And Seismic Toss. This seems to be a go-nowhere matchup that Miltank more or less can never win. It seems to be a waste of PP for Miltank by continuing to press on with this matchup, but Lanier has stuck with it throughout the game. Body Slam again, finally finding a paralysis after many, many attempts without finding it. Now does he attack and fish for the crit or the full para? He does go for it, and he does get it. Full para finally kicks in at a good time for Lanier. Conflict Starmie is in some trouble, and he gets out of the way understandably. Will it be a Milk Drink turn? Yes, Lanier knows there's going to be a switch. He doesn't bother Body Slamming there. He simply gets his Miltank back up to damn near full health. And there's another Body Slam. Gets para this time as well. Soft Boiled, however, does get off for the Blissey. She is back up to 100% and out of any danger from the Miltank. However, at least the Rhydon can threaten the Blissey. We don't know what the last poke is. Could be another physical threat that appreciates the Magneton, but it also could just be a water, like a Coon in this situation. That's definitely another Pokemon, not only that makes sense defensively on this team, but another Pokemon that appreciates Magneton removing Skarmory. So it could definitely be something like that. Body Slam and Soft Boiled respectively, checking on the Soft Boiled PP. Plenty back in the tank, 12 of them still, whereas the Milk Drinks are running low, only 6 of them left. Full Para does kick in here, but it does not seem to matter. Here comes Rhydon. Full Para kicks in there. That could matter. That could have been avoiding a Seismic Toss or an Ice Beam. Rhydon here, possible threat to Blissey. Here's the switch out. Zapdos taking a gamble. Rock Slide would rock its world, but that does not come down. It is a substitute here. Rock Slide would still be an easy one-hit KO on Zapdos with that stab from Rhydon behind it. Hidden power. Rock Slide. Oh no! Lanier misses the Rock Slide. 90-10, and he is going to get unlucky. That would have knocked out the Zapdos. An unfortunate miss. That definitely mattered. Zapdos should be dead right now. But instead, Lanier does not connect, and Conflict catches a break. The game remains 5-5, where in all seriousness and all likelihood, it should be 5-4 lead for Lanier. But it does not work out that way. Here is the switch. Miltank into the Blissey, who is once again paralyzed. There are at least 2 Pokemon with Thunder Wave on the team for Lanier. Both the Magneton and the Miltank have it. The only thing we've seen from his Zapdos is the Baton Pass. That guy hasn't been present at all. There's no spikes for Lanier, so Zapdos is more or less walled all day by the Blissey. Here comes Rhydon sneaking in on a soft boil turn. It'll give him yet another opportunity to set up this Mon and do some damage. Natural Cure, here comes Gyarados. Rock Slide would devastate this guy. And it's going to be substitute. So Intimidate does get off. The Rhydon won't hit quite as hard, but it is still absolutely a threat. Looking at the team of Conflict, has nothing that wants to switch into Rhydon here. And Rock Slide there, massive damage. Despite the attack reduction from Intimidate, it's going to do 71%. Big chunk on the Gyra there. Gyra gets out of the way despite being faster. We end up with Zapdos on T-Tower. We don't know what kind of T-Tower it is. It's shown actual nothing other than Rock Slide. There is a third Thunder Wave from Lanier, and it's going to connect. There is a Dragon Dance, but there's no Lumberry, so that Thunder Wave gonna be crippling against Conflict. Gonna stay in, go aggro is the Zapdos. There's the T-Bolt, 45%. Rock Slide at +1. Bam! Gone. And Lanier is going to have to follow up as he falls behind 5-4. He does still have that hidden poke in the back. Here's Rhydon. Here's Sub. Fishing for full para. Does not find it. There is Earthquake. Rhydon also has his own stab Earthquake should he go that way, but he tries again for a full para with Substitute and again does not find it. T-Tower fights through the para twice to remove the sub from Rhydon. Rhydon at this point goes for his own attack. There's Earthquake. T-Tower down. Got ourselves a 4-4. The weakened Starmie comes in. It's at just 17%. Lanier could stay in an attack here to make it so Starmie cannot recover. He switches, and Conflict does not go for it. Interesting damage roll. 33% leaving the Miltank at 33%. It may or may not live another one. It's going to be close. They both opt for their recovery move instead of chancing it, and the weak Miltank and the weak Starmie, respectively, are now both much healthier. Here comes Thunder Wave yet again. A lot of Thunder Waves being tossed around in this game from both guys. Body Slam 25%, a good chunk. Does not find the para that he's looking for. Recover gets Starmie almost to full health. And there is Heal Bell simply removing his own paralysis. Doesn't seem overly worth it to me. Starmie has a bazillion more Thunder Wave PP if that's the way that he wants to play. But Lanier is going to stay in and let the para happen again. Thunder Wave and Thunder Wave respectively, the difference being Starmie, unlike Miltank, has that natural cure ability and can get rid of it, but at the same time, something else is going to have to switch in here should Starmie switch out, and it risks getting hit by a Body Slam and a para as well, though Blissey also has natural cure. Heal Bell once again just to remove its own para, not a long-term strategy for Lanier, but we'll see what he comes up with. Here's Gyro with the Intimidate. There's the Milk Drink. Those are getting dangerously low. He's only got 4 of those left, and he also only has 5 Heal Bells. Rhydon comes in once again. Gyra goes for the rest. Wow, perfect time to sneak that in. Great prediction for Lanier. Gyra once again going to find an opportunity to do some damage. Here comes the Starmie answer, and there is the one-hit KO. 4x weak Mega Horn. Starmie is out of here. And Lanier back in the game with a 4-3 advantage, and he still has that one unrevealed poke in the back. Here comes Mag, here comes Zap. Hidden power, whether that is grass or ice, it doesn't matter. Magneton going to resist it. No lefties for Magneton. It is probably holding a magnet. Here comes Blissey. Here comes Thunder Wave. Can Lanier take advantage of this paralysis? We know that Rhydon's a threat to Blissey. What is the last poke in the back? If it is a Coon, as I said it might be, that is not something that should beat Blissey unless it is a Calm Mind Rest Talk Coon, known as a Crow Coon, that could potentially be good in the situation, but it would have issues with Zapdos and potentially with Gyra as well. Thunderbolt's coming down. Here comes Rhydon trying to sneak in on a recover turn, and it works out just fine. I don't know if that was a soft boil turn or not, but full para is even better. Here is the Rhydon threat once again, coming in to take names, goes for the para flinch. Lanier gets a little bit unlucky that Blissey gets her attack off, despite the many opportunities there were for her to not get the attack off. And through the power flinch, Ice Beam kills Rhydon finally, but it did a lot of work this game. Gyarados switching into Magneton a little bit awkward. That's going to be instantly fried by Thunderbolt. No more Gyra, and only 2 pokes remain for conflict. The Blissey and the Zapdos. Zapper at 100%, and here it is against the Magneton. We still do not know the last Pokemon for Lanier. It has been hidden in the back the entire game. Here comes Miltank. It has been very, very present in this game. Thunder Wave on Zapper. That could matter depending on what the last poke is. And there is a Thunder Wave back. Checking on Miltank one more time. 5 heal bells, 4 milk drinks left. Full para kicking in here. And Zapdos gets a critical hit Thunderbolt through the para. Unlucky for Lanier. Miltank is gone. Only 2 Pokemon remaining. And he still will not show his last Pokemon. He goes to Magneton here. 40% T-Bolt. Decent chunk. Thunder Wave comes down. What is the last poke for Lanier? There are things that could easily beat Blissey and Zapdos, and there are things that beat neither. Gyarados is not where he wants to be right now. He switches that straight into a Thunderbolt, and that was quite anticlimactic. There are a number of other things the last poke could have been in which Lanier could have staged the epic comeback. Instead, he gets fried by a Thunderbolt. Easy one-hit KO on the 4X weakness, and Zapdos is going to clean him up and take Game 1 for conflict. Lanier bringing out a unique team. I love the creativity. I love Miltank. I love Rhydon. Very cool stuff that he brings to the table, but it does not get the job done in this game. Now, granted, he got unlucky a couple of times. There were some opportunities. I can see some scenarios that are not that wild in which Lanier could have won this game, but shoulda, coulda, woulda does not matter in Pokemon. Conflict wins Game 1, and Lanier is going to need 2 in a row, or he is going to be out of this tournament before we even reach Round 1. Rate, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned. Game 2 coming up next.